Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into the making of one of 2024's biggest streaming releases, Jackpot, on Amazon Prime. Every great movie begins with a spark of an idea, and Jackpot was no different. The journey began with a script penned by the screenwriter Rob Yescombe, whose credits are in video games. He wrote Arizona Sunshine, Twilight Zone VR, and plenty of other games. While thinking of ideas for his new game, he came up with the new twist. What if one person wins the lotto and everyone is trying to chase that person to get the money? Deciding this would be a better fit for a movie than a video game multiplayer mode, he pitched it to his film agent who encouraged the idea. This isn't a new idea in cinema. Rob cites Running Man as an inspiration, but this genre has existed for a long time in cinema with Battle Royale, Hunger Games, the recent Netflix hit Nerve, and in video games with PUBG. One of my favorite films in this genre is Series 7, The Contenders, which is made to look like Cops, a reality TV show, complete with an announcer and commercials, giving it a unique feel, and I highly recommend it. Back to Jackpot. To make his script unique, Rob added two twists. The first is no one can use guns. This limitation means that the fight scenes in the script are closer to that of Bruce Lee or Jackie Chan movies, giving them an interesting twist as opposed to the endless, dull gunfights that fill streaming movies nowadays. The second is the idea that if the lottery system existed, then an insurance agency would be formed to protect that person. Pay a percent of the winnings and they get you through the challenge alive. This is the really unique idea that separates this film from others in its genre, the emotional relationship between an innocent actress and a bodyguard. And this is the real engine that drives the movie more so than the lottery. Stories aren't really about plot or MacGuffins. They're about relationships. Father-son, mother-daughter, grizzled cop, and rookie. In this case, a woman with trust issues is forced to trust a soldier she barely knows. The film also has an ironic twist in that it's about a woman who wants to be a famous actress and then becomes famous, but everyone wants to kill her. They treat her as a walking ATM. She isn't human, but something talented that is to be attacked and stolen from. It's a cynical view of Hollywood for sure, and a weak metaphor, but it is there and adds an additional element to the script. With script in hand, after 3 months of work, Rob Yescombe pitched this film to his agent who loved it and sent it to the head of Roth Kirschenbaum Films. Joe Roth has a long career in Hollywood. The guy's been around the block and knows how movies are made. And his partner for years is Jeff Kirschenbaum. Jeff loved the script, championed through production. This eventually led to director Paul Feig, who after starting with Freaks and Geeks has made a series of mid-budget action comedy films such as The Heat and Spy that fit the script. Paul came on board, did a simple rewrite, and began casting. One big change from script to screen was the title. Originally, the film was called Grand Death Lotto, and we can see this in various web searches and online postings. I have no idea why this change occurred. The original title was evocative, while the new one has been done so many times. I assume the change was made to avoid a lawsuit by Rockstar Games, but it's definitely a downgrade and probably hurt the film's marketing. The first actor to come on board was John Cena. Known as a wrestler in the WWE, he branched into a movie career and has made a career making action movies. He got on board the project and attached himself very early on. The lead actress is Awkwafina. She got her career start as an Asian rapper who had a viral hit with the song My Vag. This led to starring roles in a variety of Hollywood blockbusters, quickly becoming the #1 Asian actress in Hollywood. She recently co-starred in the movie Shang-Chi, which also starred the next lead actor, Simu Liu. Simu got his start on a Canadian TV show called Kim's Convenience. It's a phenomenal show about an Asian American family running a store, and the cast has exploded into the Hollywood mainstream. Rapper rocker Machine Gun Kelly is also in the film, playing himself as a celebrity cameo. He's been popping up in lots of streaming movies lately, and this seems like an easy day's work. Sean William Scott, aka Stifler from American Pie, also makes a quick cameo in the opening scene. So that's it for the main cast. Now let's talk about filming. Even though the film takes place in Los Angeles, filming took place in Georgia. I assume for tax reasons. This required extensive recreations of various LA landmarks, including Hollywood Boulevard, the LA buses, the Wax Museum, and many other streets. I did a fairly good job. I live in LA and everything felt very authentic. I have to give credit to the action directors, James Young, who was stunt coordinator on a number of Marvel films, and Travis Gomez. These are up-and-comers that are really making a name for themselves, delivering awesome action scenes, and this film really benefits from them. Most of the action and scenes were filmed practically. However, all the car scenes were filmed with blue screen, with footage of LA streets added in later. Also, there are a number of fire effects from Molotovs that are digital. And there's some wire removal and cleanup of safety gear. And that's about it as far as I can tell. It's one of those films that has a lot of effects, but they all end up mostly to clean up backgrounds and are subtle. Great work all around. As for editing, Paul Feig clearly enjoys improvisation, so lots of takes were shot and laughing was removed, so only the best bits remain. Film runs an hour and 46, which is a bit long. It feels like it could have been cut down a bit, but it seems to fly by when watching. Critically, the film has not done well. It has a 30% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 50% on the tomato meter. Critics and audiences found the movie not egregiously bad, but forgettable. And that's a shame because I think it's a fun movie filled with laughs and interesting action scenes that we don't see much anymore. However, the ratings are another story. The movie was #1 in the world on streaming, crushing the films released by Netflix, Disney, Apple, and Paramount. Jeez, these Paramount numbers are really bad. Like, I had no idea that this channel was struggling this much, but wow. They are in a distant last place. Thus, we see a gap. Maybe a bunch of people tuned in and hated it, but I think there's a silent minority of audiences that probably tuned in, watched the movie, had a good time, and then just didn't tweet about it. And those movies kind of get forgotten in today's streaming landscape. I admire its video game logic, its comedy, and its unique action. The cast is charming, the action's well shot, and the story has a few flaws, but it does its job well enough. You walk away feeling entertained and happy. It's not a Criterion Collection masterpiece. It won't be remembered in 100 years, but it's a cheeseburger movie. You eat it and you enjoy it. So anyway, that's my thoughts on Jackpot. Post a comment if you liked the movie or hated it, and let me know what other movies you want me to talk about next. Bye.